Guys, today I want to show you how I live my everyday life using 3 different languages, and I'll point out why this is not just a reason for a headache, but it's coming up being an incredible treasure. Stick around. What is up, guys? I'm Jerry, I'm Italian, I live in Hungary, and I speak a very bad English, so pardon me. As you read in the title, I have to speak 3 different languages during my day. Italian, my native language, English at work, and Hungarian because I live in Hungary. Basically, my day starts in Italian. I've just dreamt in my native language when I wake up, and I start reading the news from Italy or from the entire world in my native language. Now guys, the language set on my phone as well as on all my other devices, my computer, my iPad and my social networks too, is Italian. My native language accompanies me throughout all my day. Not only is this a sentimental thing, using Italian language on my computers, on my devices, and on my social networks in general. But this is a very useful and comfortable thing for me, because it makes things faster for me. Checking my emails, my messages, my Facebook, and especially when I have to learn a new software, for example, I'm much faster in learning if I can read and learn in my own native language. The days then continues in Hungarian. I leave my Italian home to go to my workplace, and all of a sudden the world becomes Hungarian. In the streets, in a taxi, listening to the radio, all of a sudden I'm surrounded by the sound of Hungarian language that I personally love, and immediately my brain shifts to Hungarian mode on. And even if I'm just a beginner in learning this language, I don't give up speaking it. In shops, in taxis, everywhere. I have no shame. So when I go for a coffee before work, I order it or I try to order it in Hungarian.
Kettő hosszú kávét kérek szépen.
Or if I talk to a taxi driver, I do it in Hungarian.
Jó napot kívánok! Szeretnék menni a Deák Ferenc térre.
Risking to find myself in a completely different place from when I wanted to go. Then I leave the Hungarian world around me to enter my workplace. That's why my brain gotta shift to English. At work, of course, I have to speak English all the time. And at the same time, my devices are still set to Italian. So my brain has to shift constantly and very quickly from a language to another. When I finish working, I repeat all the things done so far, but backwards. So I leave my English world and I enter my Hungarian world on my way home or to the groceries, when I try to speak Hungarian with the cashiers, where I show all my Hungarian skills with no shame. And then I go home, when I encounter again my Italian thoughts as I live alone. I call my parents, I watch TV, of course in Italian. Now, what's special about these 3 languages shifting during the day? Well, I must say, most of the times this is a quite confusing situation. Shifting from a language to another. In fact, sometimes when I call my mother on Skype, I speak to her in English. Hi, Mom. Ciao, Mamma. Or when I wake up in the morning, for the first 5 seconds, I don't even know where I am. Italy, US, Hungary. Anyhow, on the other hand, I would like to express here what a source of benefits this kind of life can be. First of all, I saw the flexibility of my brain increase dramatically. At the beginning, I had a headache at the end of my day, but now I can shift from a language to another in 1 nanosecond with no effort. Second, Something incredible is happening. It's like my brain created a unique language composed by these three languages. As a result, it's like I could use a huge number of words made by the union of three vocabularies, thus filling those gaps that every language has. You know, there are words you can't translate from a language to another. You know, some words that express an action exist in one language but don't exist in other languages. So it often happens that I'm speaking Italian and suddenly I use an English word or a Hungarian word just because they express that concept much better than Italian does, and vice versa. Of course, nobody would understand this hybrid language, so it's not so useful when you have to speak to someone, but it's so useful for my brain when it comes to create something. For example, a video idea or a video script. Or it could be useful for someone writing poems or songs, because it could be like a concept mine. Concepts to translate into art, poetry, words, and so on. And even if it might be practically useless, I feel so enriched by this lifestyle that I would never go back speaking one only language. My personal advice: learn as many languages as you can and then use those languages every single day.